Global happenings today. We communicate, we analyze global news. Stay tuned. Hello guys, welcome to Global Happenings. Today we have the trending news here for you. And the headline of the news reads, Senate President summons security chiefs, talk tough on Nigeria's security architecture as he approves Amotekun. But before we go on with details of the news and further analysis, we'd like to encourage you to please subscribe to our channel by clicking on the red subscribe button and also on the bell icon so that you can get notification anytime we publish videos on YouTube. All right, let's look at the news in detail. The Senate President, Senator Ahmed Lawan, on Monday reviewed the current security architecture of the country and demanded an urgent restructuring to make a way for intervention from other tiers of government. Ahmed Lawan, in an interview with journalists in Abuja, also welcomed the recent regional and state initiative to tackle the unfortunate security challenges in the country. He said the Senate will summon the heads of various security agencies in the country as soon as plenary resumes this week to work out a realistic arrangement that could adequately tackle the menace. Asked to state his position on regional intervention by governors to tackle insecurity, Lawan said it was a good idea. He said, and I quote, all hands must be on deck, the federal, state, and local government. More importantly, citizens must be involved. This is because wherever you are, you see security improving. That means the citizens are playing their roles very well. The onus lies largely on government, so we are going to work with the executive arm of government in this regards. We would engage the security agencies to find out why the security is deteriorating in many parts of the country. We have had series of engagement before, but escalation now has made it mandatory that we need a definite position as a government because we just cannot play politics with security issues. Lives are at stake here. Therefore, the Senate will take a position on how security in the country should be. We believe that the security architecture should be restructured. The present system does not give us the type of outcome that we need. Whether it is the federal, state, or local government, even the traditional rulers or others, the most important thing is to secure the lives and properties of Nigerians, and we would do so. The most important thing is to look into the issue of security that is bedeviling this country. Apparently and obviously, all hands must be on deck to ensure that we bring back a better security situation that we have had before. Presently, the story is not good. In many areas, we have so much happening that is destabilizing our communities and killing of people. We believe that we owe Nigerians the responsibilities to intervene and work together with the executive arm of government, actually to work together with other tiers of government, the state and even the local government. We should also ensure that we change the way we approach the security issues in this country. Apparently, the system has not been working efficiently and effectively, and we have to do something. He went further to say, and I quote, this time around, there should not be a buck passing. We have to be forthright. We have to say it as it is, and we have to do it as it is required. All right, that is the news. And this is a good step in the right direction by the Senate President. One of the most amazing things that has been happening in this country that requires a lot of, consideration is the fact that people are not performing in the areas they have been appointed to function in, and the government is doing nothing about it. Some of the security chiefs, as we are talking, some of them have been in that position for as long as even 4 years. Some have been there for as long as when this administration started. And the hopes of Nigerians were really high. And when Buhari won the election in 2015, high because number one, at least the issue of Boko Haram will be put to rest once and for all. we believe that the reason why Jonathan couldn't do what he was supposed to do was the fact that he is not skillful in military. He may not know how to, condition people to, secure at least victory over terrorism. He doesn't have much much knowledge about security, and may not really know how important security is to Nigerians. That was why he fell during his time. And we expected that the current president, as he comes in, he will do so much. But unfortunately, the situation is getting worse on a daily basis. Boko Haram, we've been fighting this issue of Boko Haram, voting in so much money for defense just to see how we can curb terrorism for 10 and a half years now, or 10 plus. Not just 10 and a half, for more than 10 years now, we have been fighting this issue without any reasonable result. Because even if you claim to have had result and we keep seeing the same thing recurring, it therefore means that your security architecture, your security skill, or your security strategy is not good enough. Because if it is good enough, the root of Nigerians would have gone, or Nigeria would have gone to the root of this issue and get it sorted out once and for all. And despite the fact that we all have an idea how this issue of Boko Haram all started, when it started, we swept it under the carpet. It was nobody's business because they were just a small foe of people who started the fight. Nigerians thought it was just normal. It has grown to become one of the greatest troubling group, terrorizing group for Nigeria. And at the same time, we are also seeing other small groups springing up from different areas. For example, look at the case of Fulani headsmen. Fairly recently, they are now a bone in the neck of virtually all the states in Nigeria. There is no state that is exclusive or excluded, sorry. When you talk about the Northeast, they are there. Talk about the Middle Belt, they are there. Talk about the Northwest, they are there. Southwest, they are there. Mention virtually all the geopolitical zones in Nigeria. They are functioning negatively there. And up till today, they are not being proscribed. It's believed that, hey, what they are doing is it's just a case of a fight between the farmer and the headsman. But this is not true. They have changed just their own occupation from just being a mere Fulani headsman, but they have gone as far as victimizing Nigerians. We are hearing cases of rape. We are hearing cases of killing. We are hearing cases of armed robbery. Fairly recently in the Southwest, we were made to understand, even the police had to confirm it, that there were some Fulani headsmen who put a roadblock and they were extorting money from Nigerians. They were threatening people with guns. They were stealing their phones and all of that. It's not just there. Gunmen on a daily basis are attacking people every day. Now, we heard just fairly recently, we've heard a case in the Kaduna, Abuja rail. After a while, because we couldn't cope the situation on the road, they had to, everybody should be using the rail, so that most of the top officials were now using it. But unfortunately, it has not solved anything. Fairly recently, we heard that gunmen went there and kidnapped a lot of people on a daily basis. They are kidnapping Nigerians like as if we are a failed state, because a failed state is the state that will allow external invasion of their own country. A failed state is a state where the sovereignty seems not to really work again. Our boundaries are not being protected. We've also had a case where the president went out and announced to the whole world that Nigerian, you are free to come into Nigeria and it will issue you visa on arrival. That is a door opener for all manner of people to come into this country. We are trying to see how we can even cope the issues that we have in the country. We can still handle it, and you are opening the door for all manner of persons to come into the country. It's becoming alarming. But one of the things I'm so excited about is that nobody is now being exempted. Because even the politicians know that their life is at risk right now. Some of them have been hunted down. Just if you check our feed, you see a case of the governor of, Benue State, where he was, we saw a case of him almost being shot to death when he went to his farm. He had to call for the help of the security Just to show you that these guys, they are trailing you every now and then. Apart from even that, when Seyi Makinde, the governor of Oyo State, went to Kogi State to be part of, to help, mobilize people or help his own colleague out there so that they can secure, Kogi State. When he went there, some gunmen came into the to the hotel that he was about to lodge. Just to show you that this thing does not exempt anybody. And that is why it is important for them to wake up. Whoever that needs to be changed should be changed. There is nobody that have the right to be in a particular position forever. If you have been politically appointed to function in a particular capacity, and thus far the result that we have seen is not reasonable, is not making Nigerians to be excited, no need of keeping the person there. Just kick him out and bring in another person. Do you understand? This will help to fix the issues that we are having in this country. Fairly recently, one of the senators came up and was crying, precisely Senator Musa. He came out and was crying about the rate of insecurity in the constituency he's representing, that the women, they have been raped, the farmers, they are running away. The community, most of those who are living there are even trying to run away from their own community and leaving it to banditry, leaving it to all manner of people. They go as far as even taking taxes from those people, These are some of the things that we need to handle once and for all for this country to work. If it has happened to one person and you're excited, it didn't come to you very soon. As we continue to keep our mouth shut and watch how things are going, it may happen to anybody in Nigeria. And it is a wake-up call. They should stop all this sentiment, stop all this bigotry, stop all this nepotism, stop all this ethnicity, making your religion to be more important than the people, making the objective of a party to be more important than the people you were sent to represent. We should put it aside. Wake up to our responsibility. The beauty of you being appointed, why you will be remembered in history is because you perform. You were able to deliver. It's not how much money you were able to steal. Even your children. Some persons, I can assure you that by the time they get out of government, their children will not even be proud to make mention of their name to Nigerians. Neither will Nigerians be ready to give any position to their own children. Why? Because when they had opportunity of working, when they had opportunity of representing the people, they did not do well. These are some of the things that Nigerians must look into, or the Senate must look into. They must not play game this time around. We have played games for too long, and we are playing games with people's life. We are playing games with the life of, if a governor can be threatened this far, how about a normal man who is walking down the road? It therefore means there is no hope for us. Nigeria is not even a weak state again. We are now a failed state. We need to rejuvenate, wake up. Nigerians need to wake up, especially the government. It's their duty, majorly their duty, to get these things done once and for all. And that's why every time I keep saying thumbs up for the South-West. For them making that decision. I knew very well that nobody can stop them. Someone like the governor of Ondo State, Keredolu, went further to say that he doesn't mind trading his own second term on the platform of Amotekun being a success. That is a man who have his people at heart. Not all these people who gallivant around and be looking for money as if when the day they cut the ground to bury you, they'll put money there for you. These are the things that we need to look at critically and get it done. I pray that Lawan, now that he has made Nigeria to understand that the current security strategy architecture has failed us thus far, and as he has said he's going to summon them, it should be a result-oriented meeting whereby in the next 3 weeks or in the next 3 months, Nigeria will see massive improvement. We'll see security strategies that is being used in correcting things in this country. That's where we're going to leave it. Go to our comment section. What do you think? This step taken by this word said by the Senate President, what do you think?